Hello world, it's Nicole from HeartsChat. I'm doing my video today. You've seen Erica's, you've seen Nicole's, just trying some different things out just to see. So just a little disclaimer, I'm at school right now, so in a break and wanting to talk to y'all. So you might hear a little echoey because it's really random places to find individual rooms to talk. So, or you'll hear other people's voices, but hopefully not. So today I'm going to talk about staying healthy, even though times are hard, and how to get back on track to where you want to be. So as I just gleaned in a lot of the other videos that we've done and podcasts, that I have a lot of various chronic illnesses, which makes me have to take care of myself a little bit more than some other people might be taking care of themselves, or just more aware of what I have to do to stay healthy and to feel all right. But a lot of times it's very hard to do that. It's not easy at all. Sometimes you get off track and then you got to get back on track. So one of my things that I have to do is do self-motivate. Like, I really have to talk to myself, and sometimes I'll be like, I need to get back on track, I need to do this, but it takes me a month, or it takes me a couple of weeks to mentally get there and to prepare for it and to be there. So it's not easy, but one thing is to find out what's going on with you, to figure out what you need to do to make yourself better, what things work for you versus other people, because like I have a special diet I have to do to be okay and to not have any pain, but some other people, it's not the same. There are things that might hurt them, it's not going to hurt me. So you really have to know yourself, and you have to figure things out and what works for you and what doesn't. Because sometimes if you can't stay motivated, you can't stay healthy, you can't keep doing the coping skills that you are, it's because it's not for you. Everything needs to be tailored to the individual self that you are. So doing that, you can, as we always talk about support during these things are sometimes the most important thing, because it's hard to motivate yourself to stay healthy and to have this self-efficacy to do it. Like, you might not be able to because you're either depressed or you're frustrated, or just a lot of things are going on, and you're not going to hold yourself accountable. So you need to have people who hold yourself accountable, who care about you, care about your health, care about your well-being, care about how you feel. Like for me, if I want to eat something, I just want to eat it real bad, I have a lot of people, no, you cannot eat it. So it make me do that, because I'm like, the pain might be worth it, but other people don't want to see you or want you to be healthy. So having your support system is a really big thing, but to have them, you have to be able to talk to them and tell them what's going on with you. So you have to put your trust in people a little bit and be able to express that to them. Tell them what you need, tell them what's going on. Don't be ashamed of it. We all have things that we have to deal with, and some things maybe others don't, or they might not understand, but everybody knows what it is to struggle, and everyone knows what it is to try to make themselves a better person and better health. So another thing is to treat yourself. Sometimes if, there's some things that you shouldn't have, like you saw in the vlog, we had mimosas that day. I can't have either one of those things. I can have a little bit. Like, I can't have a lot of citrus and a lot of the champagne, but I want to taste it, and it was a treat to us. Someone gave it to us for free, so I had a little bit. So I can't really have chocolate, but I love chocolate, so I'll have a little bit of chocolate. Not a lot, but when I have those cravings, I do that. Because if I don't, then I'm going to binge out one time. So it's the same thing with anything, is if you have an urge to do something, kind of do it, but do it in moderation. When you get excessive with anything, even if it's something healthy, it's not good for you. So do it in the moderations, and try to treat yourself, but not overdo it, because it's kind of hard, especially in this American society, not to overdo it, not to overindulge, not to do any of those type of things. What you're going to eat, and you don't have to measure yourself. Bag's done, you're done. So really practice that, and it takes practice. It's not like you're going to get that in like 0.5 seconds and you're going to be good. It's to practice that. Everything is practice. Like, practice talking to people to have them support you. Practice listening to people. Practice with your own self to be able to self-monitor yourself and to not overindulge. Other things are know what triggers you. Know what triggers you to not be the healthiest you can be. What triggers you like physically or mentally that hurts you. So you can know your body, and you can know how to see signs beforehand. Like, let's say if you have migraines, If you know you're going to get a migraine from not having so much sleep, try majority of the time to get some decent amount of sleep if you have something to do the next day. Granted, I know sometimes that's not going to happen and you're going to want to party, you're going to do something else, but do you have time the next day to recover from it? If you don't, well, then you got to be a little bit more responsible for yourself. And to know, like, let's say that is something that gets you out of the loop of being healthy, like 1 or 2 days of doing that. Well, then you're going to have to force yourself to only 1 day or not do it, because you don't want to continuously go into this cycle, which is another thing. Going back and forth, I'm not going to say you're going to live a healthy life all the time, 24/7, and this isn't going to be easy to do. So going back and forth, don't do, because it's going to be an up and down. But the difference is a matter of when you go down, how can you bring yourself back up to being healthy? Are you going to go a year without doing that, being unhealthy? You're going to go a couple of months? You're going to go, it's all a matter of the time frame of that. So you'll be getting better and better at this and getting it as more that when you come up from the down. So recover, I guess you could say. I think it's self-acceptance, accepting that having to live a little differently is what's going to happen. That you have something that is a life changer. That whether it's medical, mental, life situations, but I'm talking about chronic stuff. So let's say you have a chronic illness, or like you can't eat certain things, you get migraines, or you have really bad allergies or something like that. Just accept that this is a part of your life. If you have some physical disability that happened, either born with it or it happened, from some type of accident, just accept this. And I know it's really hard. You're going to go back and forth with accepting it, like not being okay, but as a majority of the days, like knowing this is a part of you now. The more you deny that part of you, the harder it's going to be for you to be able to maintain being healthy, because you're not going to want to acknowledge that this is a part of your life. So let's say a lot of people I know who have to take medication for mental health issues will be all right, and then they won't take it anymore. They'll be like, I want to do it without it, or I'm going to take the medications. But sometimes you have to, because if it makes you better, why aren't you doing it? But if you're not going to accept that this is a part of you, then why are you going to accept taking this medication? To accept, yes, this is a part of me. It's not a bad or good thing. It's just, it is what it is. Just like you have a certain color hair. It just is what it is. So accept it. Another thing is enjoy life. Because sometimes you have a lot of stipulations that don't you allow to do it. So when you have a time to enjoy yourself, enjoy it. But enjoy it at the limitations that you know you can do it. If you can't eat this and everyone's going to a buffet, why even go to a buffet? Go out to a smaller dinner with somebody else. There's so many examples I can give, but I'm just giving a little bit. But just enjoy yourself, but know what situations and places and time and place that you can do these things. If you don't recognize this about yourself, you're just going to continue to hurt yourself. And maybe not enjoy yourself as fully as you can. So that's part of accepting it. Accepting that this is a part of you is going to allow you to figure out things that will help you. So as a rundown right now, we have getting support. Making sure that you have support from family, friends, community work, whoever it is, making sure you have that. Another thing is to maintaining this type of lifestyle. Another one that I had said, what did I don't know. Practice, and don't beat yourself up if it doesn't work. You learn. Accept that this is a part of you. And also continue to educate yourself on whatever it is that you have, because you might think that you have all these limitations and you really don't. You just have to do something differently. So it doesn't mean that you necessarily you have that limitation from whatever, illness or disease or whatever you have. It just means you have to do stuff differently. So be open-minded to try to figure out what different stuff you can do that will allow you to have kind of a similarly good life. And you're not going to have too much change, or you just have to view it differently. That's what it is. And you know what? It might not be for the worst. There's always good and bad. You can always find it, and that's when you learn from it. That's when you educate yourself about it. So just really continuously educate yourself on it. Get second opinions if you need to. But, you might not be a medical doctor, so ask a couple of them. If certain medications don't work, try another one. Try a different type of medication, try a different type of framework of medicine, like Eastern medicine or something like that. Try to find different foods. And I know some things can be different, expensive to eat healthy. There's always means, always. Try to get your resources on how to help yourself. Why don't you go on their website to the distributor and see if you can get a discount? There's always ways. If financially that's one of the issues. But normally we're the issues of what make us not help ourselves. We're the ones who allow what makes it difficult, because we see limitations. We're like, oh, nope, that's not part of my life. I'm blocking it. I don't have access to that. I don't have access to this. Oh, I can't do that. I can't work out, or I can't do physical therapy every day, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. I can't eat healthy. You can do all these things. It's all a matter of you and what you believe you can do with yourself, and how much motivation you have to better your life. And again, accepting that this is a part of your life and how to work around it. So I hope that somebody gained something from this. And you're always welcome to write us, email us, write us in the DM, write us on Facebook, ask any questions regarding this topic. If you had any questions for me specifically, or if you just, HeartsChat, and we will definitely get back to you. So I hope you enjoy, because we're going to continue to try different things out. Thanks for your support. And I hope you all have a great day, and ciao. Bye, world.